Hey fellas, you know what really grinds my gears? When I go to a store on a game's release day and they don't have any copies in stock, or the few copies they did get are being held for pre-orders. Kinda sucks, but I suppose it makes sense. They did reserve themselves a copy, so I'll just have to buy digital or wait for more stock to pop up. For those of you who may not know, pre-ordering is essentially reserving yourself a copy of a game on release day by paying for it beforehand. This could range from in-store at a place like GameStop or Best Buy, online on Amazon to be shipped to your house on release, or even digitally on your system's storefront. Honestly, I don't typically pre-order games, but I do enjoy my trinkets and treats. Bonuses are pretty much the main advantage that people get for pre-ordering a game, and those bonuses can range from pretty cool to... what the hell, guys? I can absolutely get behind wanting extra goodies with your games, but I think things like this are much better suited for special editions, since the extra collectibles you get are usually pretty good quality and are things fans would actually want. For some of these pre-order bonuses, they were either available to buy at a later time, or I was able to get them for free with my non-pre-order purchase of a game because the workers were just tired of seeing them. Other than that, I don't really see a reason for you to pre-order a game, except to ensure you'll have it on release day, which you can just do by going to the store and buying the game on the day it releases, or waiting a bit longer to play it for when the stores have it in stock, because, believe me, if something is popular enough to warrant setting aside every single copy for pre-orders, you can rest easy knowing that they'll have more in stock later. Plus, if you wait just a little bit longer to buy a game, you'll get to see how good the game actually is before you put your money down on it. Especially on digital storefronts, it's difficult to return games to where you bought them. Getting money back from these companies is pretty difficult, and even more so when you gave them your money months in advance so you could have their product on release day. Which, really quick, I'd like to say, you are giving your money to a corporation for nothing in return. You're giving them your money for the promise of a good product later. You still have to wait for release day. Just wait and see it how it reviews and then buy the game. It will maybe add a few extra days or maybe hours onto the amount of time that you have to wait for a game. It's not that big of a deal. You already waited a few months. Plus, you get to avoid one of my least favorite things. It's a feeling that I'm sure most of you are all too familiar with. Sometimes the writing is on the wall and you just don't want to acknowledge it. Sometimes it's blindsiding, but regardless of how it happens, it sucks when it does. It sucks even more when you pre-ordered the game, especially digitally, because there isn't much you can do to get your money back without a little bit of work, and special exceptions. Wouldn't it just be nicer to have your money for release day just in case you want to change your mind or the game performs poorly on your platform of choice? Nowadays, we have games that passionate developers continue to work on in order to repair their image, which I think is pretty cool. It would have absolutely been cooler for the game to be finished when it's released, but hey, our world doesn't always work like that, and greed usually gets in the way of developers who truly care about their games. Unfortunately, when talking about pre-orders, we're not talking about those developers, we're talking more about executives. It's rare that you're doing anything more than helping a company's bottom line and telling executives that the release now, fix it later strategy is still viable. We see time and time again how X is the best-selling game on Y platform, even though the game is months away from releasing and probably hasn't even gone gold yet. It's like we're playing fucking Wall Street with Mario vs. Donkey Kong. And even if most people were to refund their pre-orders before release, there would still be a few people that forgot about it, or just wouldn't have the time to go through the hoops to return it. I feel like asking people to just wait a little longer isn't that unreasonable. I don't want to make anyone feel bad about pre-ordering a game. That's not the goal. I just want people to consider their options before deciding to put their money on something that isn't even proven to be good yet, let alone released. It's important to be smart with your money and just wait until you're sure you want something before you buy it. I understand too that some pre-order bonuses can be pretty appealing. Smash Bros did it with Piranha Plant, Zelda did a cool Zonai sleeve, and my personal favorites are some of the little plushes you get with games. I think that these things are at their best when they're collectibles that only superfans would really get a kick out of. It also helps if it's not 25 lives or, those. And hey, I'm guilty of falling for pre-order bonuses. I pre-ordered Pokemon Legends Arceus 2 years ago for this little plush of the titular guy. I don't really regret it. It meets my criteria for a cool trinket for a fan, and it's actually quality and worth something. I probably would have gotten something like it anyways. But if these game companies want people to continue pre-ordering things, they need to offer more things like this and less fucking Mario air fresheners.